This is Justin AMZN on Tuesday, February 9th, 2021. We had a little bit of a gap down. It tried to rally. The bulls tried to come in. We had 30 minutes of buying right in here, which is great. 30 minutes of positive candles. But these three, 1, 2, and 3, were very indecisive candles. Let me zoom in on this since that's where I'm focusing right now. All right. 1, 2, 3 candles were very indecisive. This one also is kind of indecisive too, but we never got above these 3 candles. So the decision was made when it started to break down here. And this candle is small Marbozu. It's got a shaved top and a shaved bottom. So it's just kind of strongly bearish, even though it was on lower volume. But really, this 30 minutes got taken out in 10 minutes of bearish candles. Somehow retested right back up to these 3 candles here. This was the best place to be getting in bearish. It was below these candles. It just started to roll over and it was down the rest of the day. Bulls really couldn't do much after that. So if we take a look here, this was kind of the decision point. I mean, these candles, they were showing up as very small candles on the put. And we were trying to hold this level, the same level we were putting in the low from yesterday. We got above it. We're trying to hold it here and then broke down. The retest didn't even come back up as high on the call. So that's looking bearish as well. On the put, we retested much further down through, but you could have been getting in at this right here around 7, or had an order open for 7 or even a little bit lower, getting in 7 by 6 or a little bit lower here than 7 and looking to a 3-hour target, which would have been 10. Probably would have been filled, hopefully filled on that here, or would have been holding on for a while and later in the day it would have filled at 10. If you did not get filled at the $10 price here, probably would have tightened up your stop, possibly trailed out here, or if your stop was at break even, you're just following the lows. This would have been like an hour or so later. So depending on what your rules are for moving your stop, you could have been trailed out, but still would have gotten the gain. It never got back down to the $7 price. All through here, it was going very sideways. The bulls were trying to come back in, pushed it back up to the 21. If we take a look back, it's hard to see just because the move down was so big. But if we just zoom in on this, I mean, this was just sideways. The bulls really couldn't get anything going. It hardly moved a dollar on the call. It just went sideways. And this is the 3,400. The 3,350 was the same way. It really just went sideways all through here. Now it's closer to the strike, or it's closer to the stock price. The strike is closer to stock price. So it did have a little bit larger move, but it would have been harder to get, $100 risk unless you're just buying at one of these wicks and selling at the upper wick. And I mean, you could have been scalping that all day, but that's going to take a lot of attention. So that's if you're trying to do something with the calls. It was obviously not working. Same thing through here. I mean, it's just bouncing back and forth between, the even dollar prices, really 6 to 7, or I guess 6 came in over here. Didn't even move a dollar. I mean, it was literally stuck between 6 and 7 all day on the 3,400. On the put, the 3,250, we did have a little bit more of a range. It came down a couple times, right in here, 723, 730, and then again over here, 727. So around 730, even buying at 750 could have been getting in. So 750 by 650 looks like it could have worked. If you were just looking to get in at the 21, that would have worked a couple times. A small little hammer here would have been a little bit later volume, even with the third 250. Yesterday, I think the volume was much later. Yeah, it was much later volume yesterday. But today, it was doing okay until a little bit later. So still gave some opportunities, but the 3,200, it was just too far away to have anything meaningful happen. This would have been the same thing like the 3,400. It was just down, just bouncing around between like the $3 to $4 price. That's about it. So we'll see if we have any further move back down into the 21 on the daily. We've kind of, it looks like, the 3 days prior to this, we were doing a little bit of stair step going sideways. This is looking like it's moving a little bit further down, and we'll just have to see if it's going to continue down a little bit more. But yeah, not too much bullishness coming in. This is a really clean pattern to look for if you have some bullishness coming in and then it goes sideways. It's really small, but it is a triangle breaking down. I'm always looking for the triangles. I didn't draw it in here just because it is that small. I think if you look at it in a smaller time frame, it obviously it'll look like a stronger triangle and maybe more of a flat top and higher lows. But yeah, once the lows got taken out, it was just going to be bearish the rest of the day. So pretty simple. Pretty simple to be looking at a bit of a bearish move, but not much happening today. I mean, I don't even have anything else to compare to on the calls. There really wasn't. I mean, just breaking this level, but it didn't even retest back up here. So I don't have the confluence like I normally like to look for. I really did like where this level was at. Putting in the low here, came right back into that price range, put in a slightly lower low, but still within our risk tolerance if you were getting in 7x6, and that would have worked for 3R. So that's really the only clean move I saw today. The only other thing I saw is if you were buying out the gate, you did have a little bit of a retest of whole number back down to 9. That would have been right off the 21, and that had a pretty quick move, either buying out the gate, like getting in at 9, getting out at 12. That would have worked here. But that was really the only bullishness is right out the gate. The rest of the day, it just was either sideways or bearish. So hope this helps. This is just AMZN. Thanks.